I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show.
March 20th is Budget Day in Saskatchewan, and phrases such as a balanced yet tightened budget are already circulating. With that said, healthcare is always an area which many keep a close eye on during these proceedings. The demand for affordable housing continues in many Saskatchewan communities, and in Swift Current, a new condo project will work towards filling this need. Weeks of work behind the scenes culminated for these Great Plains College welding students, as their creativity was in the spotlight at the first Acklands, Granger, Carhartts, and Caviar showcase and auction.
Thanks for joining us here today. The provincial budget will be released on March the 20th, and the Cypress Health Region is hoping to hear some positive news for Southwest Saskatchewan.
March 20th is Budget Day in Saskatchewan, and phrases such as a balanced yet tightened budget are already circulating. With that said, healthcare is always an area which many keep a close eye on during these proceedings. And here in Southwest Saskatchewan, aging infrastructure is at the top of the list for improvements by the Cypress Health Region.
I'm really looking forward to hearing an announcement or a directive with regards to Swift Current long-term care. Of course, everybody's been talking about that for a number of years, so that's on top of my list. Another item that's on top of my list is capital in nature. We've got a capital proposal for Leader Saskatchewan as well, so we're hoping that that's part of the budget announcement on the 20th. So we're hoping that it's not so tough that it's painful, but we certainly know that we're going to have to work very hard to make everything balance for us. And I'm confident that we have the team here to make sure that that gets done.
And if the Cypress Health Region does receive the green light from the province for the long-awaited long-term care facility, it would eventually be constructed adjacent to the Cypress Regional Hospital in Swift Current, while replacing the current Palliser Regional Care Centre, Prairie Pioneers Lodge, and Swift Current Care Centre. At the moment, there's 195 long-term care beds in Swift Current through its 3 facilities, all built between 1957 and 1966. Southwest TV News will continue to follow this story in the coming weeks.
Trust the team at Pinnacle Financial to help you reach your financial goals. Whether you require personal or corporate income tax planning, bookkeeping, management consulting, or full-service mortgage brokering, our expert team has you covered. Contact us today to begin your climb to the top.
Hello?
Hey, Mom. Chris has a fever, but I can't remember the number for Healthline.
They just changed it. The Healthline number is now 811.
That's easy. Thanks, Mom.
Healthline 811. Professional health advice 24/7.
A new condo development is starting to take shape along South Railway Street in Swift Current. We have more in this report.
The demand for affordable housing continues in many Saskatchewan communities, and in Swift Current, a new condo project will work towards filling this need. This property along South Railway Street West has sat vacant for a number of years, as the city worked to attract development to the site. Now, in recent weeks, the landscape is taking shape in the form of Chelsea Green Estates.
The entire development will accommodate about 56 units, and if people notice, though some units have been brought in, these are pre-built units that are built elsewhere and brought in, and I believe about 14 of those units are in place at this time. Building permits have been taken out for the remainder, so all 56 building permits have been applied for and approved. So it's just a matter of time before all the units are in place. I believe the developer will continue to work throughout the summer to build more foundations and get these units in place.
Once completed, the new Chelsea Green Estates will be comprised of a series of single-story duplexes and fourplexes, and 2-story fourplex and 8-plex buildings, further enhancing the choice of rental properties and hopefully attracting more residential development in the city.
Our company helps tell your story and provides you with a solution on how to market your business. Because making a great video is only half the equation. You have to know how to use it.
We have done major.
The creative efforts of welding students at Great Plains College were in the spotlight during a special fundraiser. Our Southwest TV News crew was there, and we bring you these highlights.
Weeks of work behind the scenes culminated for these Great Plains College welding students as their creativity was in the spotlight at the first Acklands, Granger, Carhartts, and Caviar showcase and auction. The sold-out evening brought in sponsors, manufacturers, and other individuals from across the Southwest. One by one, each of the 8 unique items created by the students were auctioned off, bringing pride to those who work closely on the project and their own individual favorite pieces.
Deer skull mount with the 5-point rack in it because that was my personal idea. I found it online and I figured I'll just carry with it, and it turned out pretty good in the end, so I'm pretty happy with that.
The project was initiated by welding instructor Jared McKenzie and his 12 students, with the intention of creating one-of-a-kind items that would pique the buying interest of those in attendance.
We hope to have this as an annual event every year. This is, like I said, this is our first shot at it, so we'll definitely see how things work out. And I've built stuff for other auctions before, and we just decided, metal art is quite a popular thing with a lot of people, and it gave the kids a chance to exercise some of their skill and unique talents, and some of the talents they didn't know they had, and use some creativity, and it just kind of steamrolled.
And along with showcasing the students' creativity, college officials are hoping to shine a brighter spotlight on one of the anchor programs at Great Plains College, while ensuring its longevity into the future.
So we are looking for our donors to step up to the plate, but it's also a public acknowledgement and recognition for the work that the welding program does in the community and what it does for the college.
The Acklands, Granger, Carhartts, and Caviar fundraiser was presented in conjunction with various local sponsors, Great Plains College and Southwest TV News. Over $10,000 was raised at the event, with all money going towards scholarships and equipment for the welding program at Great Plains College.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.